This is our 5,000 square foot gold extraction plant. We'll take you inside in a minute to show you the inside. This is the inside of our 5,000 square foot plant. There's the furnace, safety ware, crucibles that hold the ore, the capelling furnace, another gold treating furnace, mixing area, ore, flux privacy area, flux mixing area, our maintenance room, our gold final lab area, entrance to our office, and our employee break area. This is our ore crushing area. As you see, the conveyor belt of the crusher is going up, taking the ore through our crusher. Behind there, you see our dust collector that collects all the dust from the top of the crusher. And then over here is our dryer. And this dryer is what dries the ore when we bring it to the plant and need to have it dried in the beginning. And these three parts actually do all of the process of crushing and drying when we need to, and when we bring ore to the plant, it's the first step of the process. This is our gold extraction solution that we use throughout our entire gold extraction process. This enhances every part of our business by using this patented solution that extracts microscopic gold from parts of the ore and freeze it so we can extract it. This is our ore concentrator, and this comes after we have crushed the ore and prepared it for the separator. As you can see, there's a conveyor belt that brings it up to the actual concentrator. And then in this area is called the cutter area. And this is where the water and the ore actually mix, and then this begins to separate it from heavies to lights. And then once it comes out of there, it comes down to this bowl, and this bowl picks the heaviest stuff there is, and then this goes to what we call the cutter area, and this is a spot that brings in essence, the stuff just lighter than the bowl. And as you see, we have 3 storage tanks that all is a circulation of the water that goes through the whole system and back to the beginning, to the bowl, to the cutter, and then to the lightest area. In the end, we keep the bowl area and the cutter, and the rest is thrown away because that's not the highest content of the actual ore. This is what the whole system looks like, from the conveyor belt to where it begins to mix the ore, cutter, and then the bowl, the cutter area, and the 3 storage tanks were the lights. And again, we keep the bowl and the cutter area that we use to process into the actual next treatment area. This here is our final step before we put the concentrated ore into the furnace. This is a slurry that is made ahead that pulls the ore into the concentrating table. Now this is designed specifically for microscopic gold. And what happens is, this is all done by weight. And we already have the solution, the gold separation solution, into the ore. And what happens is it travels down here and separates it by heavy to light. And as you see these buckets right here, these are all different weight sizes. And what we're able to do with this process is then in turn be able to determine the actual bucket that most of the gold is going into. And then what we do is we're able to separate it by weight, and then we're able to check it with our XRF gun, and then we've narrowed the ore that we took off of the actual concentrator outside, and then we screened it by size to get the final step that this is what we put into our furnace to make the dory bar and then to extract the gold. This is where we store our proprietary flux. This is our secret formula, as you would say, that makes the microscopic gold drop out of the ore. Now we do keep it locked up, and anyone that comes here cannot enter this building but employees. It's kind of like we don't want to share our secret sauce with you. Now over here, one of our employees is mixing the flux for a particular ore. Now, how he goes about and does the mixing is based upon each one of the items in the ore, and they're actually numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and on. Now, while he's mixing it, what he's doing is preparing the mix for a specific ore based on weight of the amount of ore we're going to do and the type of pour that we're going to do. We won't get into any more details, but we actually do this as an individual basis for every pour that we actually do. After this, we'll show you the very simple way that we mix this flux, and then we mix this flux in with the ore. Okay, right now we're actually taking that flux that we prepared and we're going to mix it in a very simple mixer. We have to mix up the individual flux that was prepared for a specific ore, a specific amount of ore, and the type of ore. Now it's put in here, put a top on it, and it's a very simple just mixer. And all it is sealed in there, and then it's put to a position, and then it's turned on. And once that's done mixing, we're going to mix it with the actual ore for the pour. Now our next step is to take the mixed flux and we're going to mix it with the actual ore that we're treating. So the flux has been mixed, and now we're just pouring in the ore that relates to that particular flux. And then all we do is put the top on, and then in turn begin to mix both the flux and the ore so it is thoroughly mixed so it can do what it needs to do while it's in. This is the first pour of our induction furnace. It's 2,700 degrees. I'm getting hot standing here. Here we go. Gonna have to move that maybe. Has some hot stuff in there. There's the lead. Now the lead is coming out. Now once the bar has been poured, you're looking at over 2,000 degrees of both flux, ore, and metal. The metal is at the actual bottom of that, which creates the dory bar. And that's where the microscopic gold has slowly fallen through the ore to end up in the metal. Now once we pour that dory bar and we dump it out, what you're seeing is the glass that surrounds it, and all of the lead fell to the bottom. And so we're separating the lead from the glass that really is the proprietary flux that surrounds the metal. There are sometimes small parts of gold that get stuck in the glass. We never get all of the microscopic gold out of the ore, but the majority of it falls right in to this dory bar. And this dory bar, again, it's made of lead, and we're just simply taking the glass off of it. This is our office at Oxide Minerals. We go by the name of Oxide Minerals because we don't want to tell people we're in the gold extraction business. So part of what Oxide Minerals is to take color out of dirt. So that's why you see pictures on the wall of colors, and it gives us an opportunity not to tell everybody what we do.